Hello everyone and welcome back to making a RPG Roblox game by myself in Roblox Studio. My name is James Bon Meow and I am here for the second devlog. Like I said, I'm going to try to be doing these every week if I can, and I will say this entire week I've been fairly busy with a lot of things. Before I get into everything that I've uh, adjusted, fixed, added, I just want to say thank you for all the support on the first devlog. I did not expect to get as many views, as many comments, and as many likes as I did. I also appreciate everyone who put suggestions, primarily these two suggestions within the comments, because initially I wasn't going to work on fixing up and tidying up the animations and the UI of the game. I was going to save that for a later date. The more and more I thought about it, the more and more I decided to just focus most of my time on that. And so I'll be showing you guys mostly those sort of things. But before I get into the game, I just wanted to explain two things that I fixed. So I made it so mobs that can't return to their spawn positions after they stop chasing a player for about like 5 seconds. If they can't get back to their spawn position, they will teleport automatically back to their spawn position. And this just prevents mobs from being stuck, especially when they fall from heights when chasing a player. Just makes the overall experience better. I also made UI scaling for all menus and all UIs way better for mobile. As before, some of the menus were too big or they were off screen or stuff like that. So I just went through everything and fixed all of that. So moving into actual game, as you can probably notice, the overhead GUI above my player has been adjusted, so it now scales, so it no longer takes up the entire screen. I also adjusted the tutorial slash origins slash intro quest line. You just come up and talk to this guy over here and you'll talk to him. I just was in the middle of a quest. And as you'll see, every NPC now has an exclamation mark over their head. And pretty much there's different types of colors for exclamation marks. So red exclamation marks mean that the quest is important for you to do. Yellow means it's an optional quest. And white means that it is a secret quest. Alongside adjusting the intro quest line, I also added the ability for fetch quests, which is pretty much an NPC will ask you to go and bring them different types of items. It could be a tool, armor, materials, anything. And once you give it to that NPC, those items will be removed from your inventory. I also added a few other quest lines, such as one which is learning the basics of how to mine, how pickaxe tiers work, and unlocking the Goblin Cave. And then another one, which is an optional quest, is how to make potions, how to craft sickles, and how to gather plants in order to make those potions. I'll be adding way more quest lines that act as like pseudo tutorials and or introductions to different areas as time goes on, but for now I just added those two quest lines. So you may or may have not noticed when I moved a little bit, but I have done a complete overhaul of all the movement animations. Since I am not an animator, nor do I have time to learn animation, I just decided to buy a like $5 movement animation pack, um, alongside like a weapon or attack animation pack. And so as you can see, um, the animations will be a lot better for moving. I also added in sprinting. So if you double press W, you'll start sprinting. It'll increase your movement speed. You'll have little dust that comes up. There's also footstep sounds. And if you can see closely, there's these little wind streaks ahead of you too. Thought that was very, very cool. So this just helps maneuvering around the map a lot easier, especially in early game. I also completely overhauled and adjusted the dash system, so now it's no longer clunky or janky and it has good animations. For example, just dash now. And you no longer like get buggy when you dash into objects. You kind of just stay where you are, how it's supposed to be. I also added new animations for swords, Though the main issue I notice is that sometimes, as you can see, the hitboxes are a little bit wonky, so I might have to do some, adjustments to the hitboxes. But for now, I like it. It's very nice. I also updated the Goblin Cave a little bit. As you can see, there's now a gate for this area with a lock. In order to get that lock, you have to talk to this quest NPC over here. As I mentioned before, I added another quest line, so you'll have to talk to him and do his initial quest in order to unlock it, and he'll teach you how to mine and everything. And then as we enter in here, there is an NPC here that can craft you goblin specific items using the mob drops from goblins. Alongside, I made this gate and this gate where the mini bosses in this area also be able to be open. So it just opens up this entire area, and it has another entrance to the next area, Peak Valley. And the way you do it is the mini boss has a chance to drop a special drop, and you'll use that, bring it to the Goblin Crafter, and you'll craft the key, and then you'll be able to unlock these two areas. Now, moving on, the two major things that I've been working on, the UIs. So as you'll see soon, I have completely adjusted the crafting UI. So as we'll take a look, so now we have subcategories inside main categories. Alongside, items now display way more information immediately, so you no longer have to hover over the icons in order to see all the information. You still can if you want to, if you want to get a more detailed view, because not everything fits here. But now you just have a basic understanding, and everything's more organized, easier to read, and everything like that. The pin still exactly the same. You can drag it wherever you want, resize it how you want. And then when you actually enter the thing, this is all still the exact same. Now moving on to the upgrade UI, I created an entirely new UI for upgrading gear for swords, armors, and orbs. So this is an example of what it will look like. So every armor piece that can be upgraded within each individual anvil that you have in your inventory will show up in this box. And then when you click on an item to select it, boom. So there's a lot of information here, but I'll go through it fairly quickly. So this star here, that is the upgrade level, the next upgrade level. After you upgrade, you'll have your current stats of what the item currently has, and then you'll have what the next stats is after you upgrade it successfully. Then we have the upgrade cost, it'll be gold, and then it'll be upgrade essence. The gold will increase after every upgrade. Then we have the success chance. It works just like how crafting works. You can also use essences to increase the success chance of the upgrade. So I will upgrade this. And so now the next upgrade level will be 2. This is what my current stats are. This is what the next stats are. The upgrade or the gold cost increased, and the success chance went down. So now I'm going to go put some essence in, bring it to 100, and upgrade it again. And so you'll keep doing this until you reach the max level, upgrade level for an item, which will be 10. And each time the success will go down. And if you happen to fail an upgrade, the costs will still be deducted from you, and the upgrade level will decrease by 1. So since my current bronze armor is an upgrade level of 2, if this was to fail, I would go back to an upgrade level to 1, and I have to upgrade it back again. But I would say it's fairly difficult to fail an upgrade level or upgrade, especially if you have a lot of essence. I mean, you should be able to get it up to 100% every time, even though this decreases. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. In total, this took about, I would say, a day and a half to get to make the UI or get the idea for the UI, make it, and then script it all together. And yeah, so that was pretty much it for today's devlog. It wasn't anything too crazy, mostly just animations and UI changes with some small fixes here and there, more quest lines, things like that. Um, I'm planning to do some adjustments to the inventory UI, mostly with like materials, maybe adding subcategories within the material category. so that way it's not so cluttered and it's hard to find exactly what you need. But other than that, I'll just be doing a whole bunch of changes. I might, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. If, again, anyone has any suggestions on what they'd like to see, if you liked these changes, please let me know. Again, like, subscribe, join the group. I'll have it listed in the comment section. Favorite the game. Um, and yeah, thanks for watching Devlog 2. I hope to see you for Devlog 3. Thank you.